Hey, I'm Brendan Logan. Welcome to the Kitchen Sink.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Alright, so this show is going to be sort of where I come and talk about stuff that I don't talk about on other podcasts or different things like that, where I come and rant about stuff that is either in the news or things I've been thinking about. So just different things that are on my mind. I used to do a show in college on my radio station in college. Well, actually, I guess this was after college. I did the Kitchen Sink. It was more just like a regular radio show, but I wanted it to be more something like this. But on radio, you can't say everything you want to because of FCC rules and everything. But hey, we're online, so we got free roam, at least a little bit. So today, I wanted to talk about late night TV shows. Now, stuff like late night talk shows. So you got a whole list of people. I got it all written up here. There's so many. I just think it's oversaturated. Number one, it's oversaturated. Number two, it's just insane how many shows of them are on. Now, I know you could say the same thing with podcasts and stuff. Obviously, a million people have podcasts and stuff like that. But I mean, it's so you have Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, both on NBC, back to back, and Lily Singh. I think that's a YouTuber or something. I guess she got a late night show as well. I think it's a half an hour show. Then you have Jimmy Kimmel on ABC, and on CBS you have Stephen Colbert and James Corden. On TBS for now you have Conan O'Brien and then Samantha Bee. On Comedy Central you have Trevor Noah, and then on HBO you have John Oliver and Bill Maher. I always forget how to say his name. I mean, look at all the names around my head right now. I mean, there's so many. I mean, there's 3 iterations of James in this. Jimmy, and James. I mean, how many late night TV show hosts do we need? There's so many. There's so many shows out right now, and they all do the same exact thing. They're all talking about the same exact stories. They're all talking. Well, at least before all this, they were talking about Trump. That was the biggest thing that all these shows were talking about. So think back to yourself right now. When was the last time that you watched any of these shows on live television? I mean, who the hell, other than people in nursing homes and people in hospitals probably just flipping around on the television, who the hell watches this stuff online? I mean, on TV. I can't tell you the last time I was like, oh, let me watch Jimmy Fallon tonight. You know what I mean? The biggest thing with them is their big, which I think they should just switch to permanently, is their big thing is the going onto YouTube, putting all their stuff on YouTube. That's how they're getting hits. And I mean, yeah, it's corny, some of the stuff they put on there. If you look at Jimmy Kimmel stuff, I mean, come on, dude. That stuff, the titles they have for the names of the videos are so corny. You can just tell it's some, writer in Hollywood that's on the team. That's just kind of like, ooh, this will be funny to put. It's usually some Trump pun or something like that. It's like, come on, let's think of something new to put down. But yeah, when was the last time you watched Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or Seth Meyers, any of them online or on TV? It's just insane. And even on YouTube, I mean, they get good views. You're getting some of the videos. If you have just if you have Billie Eilish or Post Malone or something, a huge artist like that. They'll get a couple million views just because they're so big, and kids are like, oh, look, Post Malone was on eating Olive Garden at Jimmy Fallon, and Billie Eilish is doing her song and twirling around and stuff. But yeah, I mean, other than that, who watches late night stuff? And it bothers me because late night was such a huge thing back in the day. I mean, obviously, when I was a kid, obviously as a kid, I didn't watch much late night. My parents didn't really watch late night TV anyway. But you had Conan on NBC. There was the whole ordeal with that. But you had Conan on NBC. You had Jay Leno. You had David Letterman. All these great TV personalities. Inspiring from back in the day, like Johnny Carson. Because Johnny Carson was hilarious. I mean, that guy. Well, he might have been a little bit of a dick, but he had people on the show like Don Rickles and all the roast guys. Like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and all them. Like all those guys. Again, not the greatest group of guys probably nowadays, but. They were funny. They like to bust each other's balls and stuff like that. Now you get Jimmy Fallon. I'm getting all their fucking names mixed up. You got like Jimmy Fallon doing like sing-along games with Jamie Foxx, which, yeah, it'll get a lot of views because people like to watch that stuff, but it's just so boring. Like, you get carpool karaoke with James Corden. Like, come on, you couldn't think of anything better to do? Like, I guess I missed the days where they brought in, like, stand-ups and they did, like, funny sketches and stuff. Yeah, they do some sketches on late-night TV. Yeah, some of them might be pretty good, but they need to bring in more outside stuff and make it more of a variety show, like have sketches, have comedians, have stuff like that. It's just I don't know. I'm just ranting and raving here. It's just been something that's been on my mind. This all kind of stemmed from, there was an article that came out in January, I think it was, where they're talking about how Jimmy Fallon's ratings was the lowest it had ever been the Tonight Show has the lowest it's ever been since I forget when, but it was like they only had 900,000 viewers, which is not a lot. I mean, you look at stuff online, like 900,000 viewers. I mean, Joe Rogan's getting 30 million viewers on his podcast. He's basically the new Johnny Carson when you look at it. He has he started out, just interviewing comedians. That's kind of like what Johnny Carson liked to do. He liked to have comedians on and bring them on and have them promote their stuff, do a set. Obviously, they're not doing sets on Joe Rogan, but they're promoting their stuff. They're chit-chatting with him, and it's boundary-free. You can curse. You can, talk about whatever you want. I don't know. I just think the late-night era of television is dying. I mean, it's just not fun anymore. I mean, it's not entertaining. I guess it's fun, like, it can be fun, but it's not entertaining. Like, who the hell cares about carpool karaoke and, let's see what voices Will Smith can do while he's singing. You know what I mean? Like, stupid games like that. I don't know. I'm just ranting and raving, and this is what this podcast is going to be, just me bullshitting and ranting and raving about stuff. I saw that Conan O'Brien is leaving TBS and he's moving over to HBO Max and going to do a variety show there, which I'm very happy. That seems like it's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully he does more sketches, has more comedians come on, and he's been someone that's had a bunch of comedians come on. I saw, I found a good amount of comedians from Conan, I guess I'm coming from where I wish I could have grown up watching Johnny Carson and all that and seeing all these good comedians. I mean, like, Letterman was on Carson, Jay Leno was on Carson. I mean, I'm sure Seinfeld was on Carson. Like, all these comedians, like, that were, are the greats of today, the big names, all came from that generation. So, but I guess nowadays, you got people doing podcasts and stuff like that, so they're making their name that way. But I don't know. I just think late night, you either need to condense it to one or two, because there's so many. I mean, how many fucking names did I just put up on the screen 5 minutes ago? You know what I mean? Like, there were so many, like 12 names or something like that. That was a bitch and a half to edit, by the way. But yeah, I mean, it's insane how many there are. I mean, it's just cut it down. And if you're going to do more than one, don't do the same topics on each one. I mean, each show talks pretty much about the same stuff. I mean, even on the same network. So it's like, what are we doing? Can we find a better way to entertain people? Maybe only cut it down to one or two shows. Don't even do it nightly. Do it weekly. Who's going to sit in every night? I can't tell you. I barely have time. I barely have the time to go and watch shows live on TV that's once a week, rather than, being able to go on and watch every single night a new show. I don't know. It's insane, just the amount of shows that are on there. But again, who am I? I mean, I don't know anything. I'm just some, kid from Pennsylvania who's, big into comedy and entertainment and stuff like that. What do I know? I'm just, talking out of my ass here. So, but yeah, so this is going to be like the basis of the show. That's pretty much the episode. Basis of the show, I'm talking about stuff. Not going to be me ranting every time. This was something I've been thinking about for a while. I figured I'd talk about it on here, and maybe I'll bring it up on Just Another Loser with Nick. See what he thinks about it too. But this is just my little spiel on it. I'm gonna have other episodes come out. Probably not gonna be ranting about stuff. Maybe talking about things going on in entertainment or stuff along those lines. So we'll see where this little video / podcast series takes us. But hey, thanks for tuning in. If anybody's watching, but yeah, so that's gonna be it for the kitchen sink this time, and we'll catch you next time.